Hi everyone, Christina here. Welcome to another card video at my YouTube channel and blog. Today I'm using the Pizza My Heart stamp set from Lawn Fawn. It's a new stamp set that came out for Valentine's Day. And I'm going to do some Copic coloring. Because I need an ink that works well with Copics, I'm using the new Intense Black dye ink from Simon Says Stamp. It's formulated to work with alcohol markers. And I'm stamping the pizza box stamp onto some masking paper. And then I'm going to stamp it onto some Neenah Solar White cardstock. This is the 80-pound cardstock, and this is the cardstock that's eventually going to go onto my card. So I've stamped the pizza box once, and then I'm cutting out one of the pizza boxes from the masking paper. I did stamp it twice just in case I needed another mask. And I'm going to place this over the top of that stamped pizza box that's already on my cardstock. And it's going to allow me to stamp the pizza box over and over again and have them overlap and look like a big stack of pizza boxes. So I'm placing that mask over top, very carefully lining that up. And then I'm going to grab my stamp once more and ink it up with some more of that intense black ink. And then I'll bring it right over to my project. So I'm going to have these pizza boxes be sort of tilted and askew so that they look a little bit more lively instead of just stacked all perfectly. So I'm going to remove that mask from the first one, and you can see how it protected the area underneath, and it makes it so it looks like the first box I stamped is on top of the second box. So I'm going to move that mask down one box, and then I'll go ahead and stamp again. I'm going to have quite a few boxes when I finish stamping this entire area. So I'm just going to stamp that once more. And I'm actually going to speed up the video process so you can see how long it really took me to stamp all of these pizza boxes. So I'm placing that second mask that I stamped. I just was worried about the first one getting a little bit too gummed up with ink, so I used that second mask as well. But all in all, I have 6 pizza boxes stamped. So now I'm going to do some Copic coloring. I'm using very simple color combinations. I'm using a really simple combination for browns and then also for reds. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn on some music and let you listen, and I will catch up with you when the coloring is finished. After all of the coloring was complete, it was time for my grading. I'm using some VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and I'm inking up 1/3 of my grading here. The actual stamp and the stamp set is all on one line, but I needed to stack the words into 3 rows, so I've cut them apart. So the first part of the sentiment says, "You have a," and then I used lipstick red ink from Simon Says Stamp to stamp the word pizza. And then I'm going to go back to that same black ink and stamp the words "My Heart." That's going to complete the greeting area at the bottom. Now this card was almost done. It was still looking a little bit plain to me. So I did end up taking the small heart stamp that's in the stamp set and using that same lipstick red ink just to add a bunch of little hearts surrounding the stack of pizza boxes. I thought I just needed a little bit more cutesy and to fill up that area on the side. So I finished stamping all of the hearts and then I created my card base. My card base is made out of Neenah Solo-Write cardstock. This is the 110-pound version, so it's a little bit heavier than the piece of cardstock that I colored my greeting and pizza boxes on. I trimmed down this piece to be just slightly smaller than the size of a card front, so the finished colored piece is actually 4 inches wide by 5 1/4 tall. I put some foam adhesive on the back and then placed that down onto my card front. I'm going to add a little bit of shimmer or glitter to these hearts. So I'm squeezing out a little tiny bit of Christmas Red Stickles glitter glue. And then I'll pick up that glitter with a paintbrush. You can always just clean the paintbrush afterward. And I'm using that to transfer some of that red glitter over onto the hearts. I didn't want to use it straight out of the bottle because that nozzle was a little bit too big. So by using a paintbrush to apply the glitter, I can get it into more precise areas. So that finishes the card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is kind of a fun Valentine's Day or love card. I will be back on Friday with a new video. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.